Well, the American Red Cross have been working nonstop since Hurricane Dorian tracked up the East Coast. They sent volunteers to 4 different states to help people who were affected by the storm. Joining us today to talk about their efforts and what more we can do to help is Lori Wilson, Central Valley Red Cross Executive Director. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
We're so excited to have you here because, I mean, this is affecting so many people. Just what exactly are you doing for people affected from the storm?
So in the days leading up, of course, we were establishing shelters up and down the entire East Coast, from Florida all the way up through South Carolina, so that the people who were evacuating their homes had a place to go that was safe if they didn't have any place else to go. And then now in the days after, just trying to provide whatever resources are available as they start assessing as people are returning home, evaluating what resources they're going to need. What do they need for recovery? How much damage did they sustain in their homes? And so that's now the more long-term ongoing process is beginning.
I mean, that's incredible. You're helping at the beginning, before the storm, during, and even after.
Yes.
It takes a lot of manpower.
That's kind of the whole cycle of disaster: prepare, respond, recover. So that's where we focus on, is helping through that whole process.
Well, how many people do you have out there right now helping?
So we sent 2,800 volunteers from across the country, volunteers and staff from across the country, in the days leading up to the hurricane, because we needed to make sure things were pre-staged. We needed shelters open. We needed all the supplies there: the cots, the food, the blankets. We needed to have people in place working with the emergency managers and working with the counties and working with all of the pieces there. So to do that, you have to have a big push at the front, so that you're ready to go, and then can shift as the storm shifts, right? It never seems to track just exactly the way it's supposed to, and so it's chaos, but we try and keep it as organized and as less chaotic as we can by being pre-staged and ready to go and move as we need to.
When you were saying earlier, it's all volunteer-based, pretty much, but you can't just show up and go to these things.
No.
There's how does the whole training?
So when you become a Red Cross volunteer, we'll start you out with the basic trainings, what the Red Cross stands for, what our mission is, what it is we do, and then what our values are, our core values of humanitarian, unity, impartiality, inclusivity, making sure that people understand what we stand for, so that when they go, they have that understanding that it is not about picking and choosing who we help all those in need in the emergency. And then figuring out what their skill set is and what our needs are. So most people, when they're first starting out, will go as a shelter worker, being able to set up and work within a shelter, except for some people with more specialized training, such as nurses and so on, or mental health, or pastors and spiritual care volunteers who have training in those areas to provide care for people who are evacuating or in the days afterwards that are affected.
So once you get past that first stage of training, what's next for if you want to be sent to something like Hurricane Dorian that's a little more...
So once you're trained, and we haven't known when we've had to, like when Hurricane Harvey, to do the trainings and get people out there as they're being trained. Ideally, we will have you come in, become a Red Cross volunteer, get your training over a period of time, work on smaller, more local disasters, figure out what's going on. But if you're wanting to deploy, and if that's something you want to do, we say deploy. So go to for 2 weeks at a turn. So whenever we send somebody, it's for 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. You have to put your availability. We have a system in which we track all of our hours and people's trainings, and that's where they can put their availability. It's called Volunteer Connection. It's our lovely volunteer database. So if they keep their availability updated, we know they're available. So if they get their training in what we call their area of interest, then we can start sending them if they're available and letting us know, and based upon the need.
Perfect. Well, with people there now and already helping, what do you see now that people need, or how can we help with the storm?
So, nobody ever wants to hear it, but honestly, financial donations are the best, because that allows us to do what's needed at the time. Everybody wants to, people want to so badly to do the in-kind, the clothing and that sort of thing, but the problem is we don't always have the right match, right? You know, if you have people there, if we have an influx of diapers, but we don't have anybody who has, you know, in our shelters that have infants, it doesn't, you know, so it's really, it's cash, financial donations is that thing that allows us to be able to maneuver and do what we need to do to help the people where they need it. So it's not what anybody likes to hear, but that's honestly, that's the best way they can help if they don't have the time to become a volunteer. And right now, it's just as the storm has left and the floodwaters are receding, we're now in that stage of evaluating what the needs are. We don't know exactly what the needs are and to what level yet. In the United States, supporting the Red Cross in the Bahamas, you know, the International Federation of the Red Cross, supporting them in whatever way they need support, and then taking those next steps. So right now we're kind of in that evaluation stage of what's next.
We're just about out of time, but really quick, if someone wanted to make a donation because they can't volunteer, how would they do that?
They can go to redcross.org. There is a nice tab there that says donate.
Easy.
We try and make that very easy if we can. And then if they do want to look into becoming a volunteer, they can also go to redcross.org and get more information that way.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much and for everything you're doing.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
Thank you. And